What is going on, everyone? We are back with the HellaDepraved Shocktober 2022, where we're covering the top 50 most evil songs of all time by Kerrang. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
HellaDepraved.
And mad that these motherfuckers seem to lie.
Great.
Hi.
Or don't know how to compile a list of evil songs.
Well, I think they're also limited because it's a rock website magazine. Which, I mean, to be fair,
Honestly,
they have the most evil
limited.
songs.
Yeah, it's not limited. They're just more concentrated on the stuff surrounding the songs and or bands than they are songs that have anything to do with evil.
Right.
Yeah. So, having said that, let's see if they do a better job this time. Better time this job.
All right, so we skipped number 14, which is Venom, and the song's called Black Metal.
Let me guess, a little too black metal for you?
Too much.
Got it.
Everything from here on out except for number 1, we are no longer skipping.
All right.
This next one is Judas Priest. It's a song called Better By You, Better Than Me. This is actually a live version of the song, and this song is also a cover of a song done by somebody named Spooky Tooth.
Oh, that's a cute name.
Right.
I like it.
I've never heard either version, to be fair.
I might have heard this version. Definitely haven't heard of anyone named Spooky Tooth.
If I've heard this version, it's definitely been in passing, and I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I'm not the
You're
biggest.
not familiar with it. Yeah.
I'm not the biggest of Judas Priest listeners.
Me neither, but I've heard a fair amount of their stuff. Yeah.
Right. So, we're gonna react to this. So this is Judas Priest, Better By You, Better Than Me. Let's see why it's evil.
All right.
Better by you, better than me.
And for anybody that wants to know, we have to go with the live version, by the way, because they're old enough
Copyrights.
that it'll get blocked if we don't. So. So whoever recorded this,
the audio for the vocals
the
is
vocal audio is
awful.
terrible. All right, so first one says, you could find a way to ease my passion. You listen to the blood flow in my veins. You hear the teaching of the wind. Tell her why I'm alive within. I can't find the words. My mind is dead. It's better by you, better than me.
Sounds almost vampiric.
Right.
All right.
All right, let's keep going.
Also seems like a little bit of a pussy.
Right. Verse 2. Guess you'll have to tell her how I tried to speak up thoughts I've held so long inside. Tell her now I've got to go. Out in the streets and down the shore. Tell her the world's not much living for. It's better by you, better than me.
Which is why I say he's kind of a pussy. He's leaving it to somebody else to explain to this chick why he's leaving. Gone. Now, again, it sounds sort of vampiric, like maybe he's gonna die.
I was gonna say, I can also see this going a couple of other ways, right? Just by the term, going through and reading what has been said here so far, he ends both verses with, it's better by you, better than me.
Yeah, it sounds like it's better coming from you than by me.
Or, it could be better, it could be like a murder-suicide thing.
It could be, I suppose.
Or like being dead by her is better than just being gone on his own?
I don't know. It sounds like he's talking to a third party about a her. And that it is going to be that third party that explains what has happened to him. However,
Or
instead of just like talking about his death or whatever, he's saying out on in the streets and down the shore is kind of like where he's going. Maybe it's a suicide note.
Or he's had a crush on somebody and his buddy ended up being the one to date her, right? And he finds out that from his
Right.
friend, which could be the better by you, like it's better that you told me.
Yeah, but then
And
he
maybe
said
she thinks you're better than me.
versus like better than her. I don't know. He's being very dramatic about this person. Like, tell her the world's not much living for. So I don't know, but I still feel like maybe he should have explained to her.
Right. All right. So the pre-chorus was everybody knows, everybody knows. The chorus is better by you, better than me. You can tell what I want it to be. You can say what I only can see. It's better by you, better than me.
We're sorry for this broadcast interruption that we have no control over. Our wiring is on the fritz and has been for the last several days with the wind.
Don't stop on my account. There you go.
Mm-hmm. All right. Apparently, it doesn't like this song either. I mean, I don't think it's half
It's like
bad. It's
that
just not
goes. The
recorded
fucking
very
cops
well.
are going.
Right. People wonder why we prefer to film at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. This is another reason to hate daytime, because during the daytime, you guys are fucking stupid.
You guys are so fucking busy. Also. All right.
All right. Now there's an annotation for the chorus
Oh.
that says, according to the comment of the original songwriter of this track, Gary Wright, this is about someone who, going to war, who is very upset to express himself to his lover and asks a friend to say it for him. It's better by you than me because you can express yourself better at this time. This is not about suicide.
I told you he was a pussy. I'm sorry, but like, sure, maybe the person would fumble over their words and have a very hard time explaining why they felt that they needed to go or that they were going or something like that. But again, you're talking to your lover, and to rob them of the chance of saying goodbye to you, even if you've made up your mind and like that's what's going to happen, there's no arguing about it, and so on and so forth, but to rob them of the chance
Right.
is not loving. Yeah.
Right. Alright, so verse 3 was far more incoherent than the rest of the song. It says, guess I'll have to change my way of living. Don't want to really know the way I feel. Guess I'll learn to fight and kill. Tell her not to wait until they find my blood upon her windowsill. It's better by you, better than me.
So he fully expects to die.
Right.
Either that or drag his bloody, rotting carcass home and mark her windowsills. I mean, you know.
I'm waiting for
You
the
do you,
evil in
boo.
this song, though.
To what?
I'm waiting for the evil of this song.
Yeah. I mean, like...
He's a douchebag, but
yeah,
not evil.
Look, I get that some people really just feel like they're going to fumble the words or open themselves to a, like, confrontation type argument with whoever based on a decision they've made. And I would say maybe have somebody that they trust, not your bestie, unless that is someone that they trust, sit down and explain what's going on. But, like, then you've got to be brave enough to step up to the conversation after the fact.
Right.
Like, don't just have them say what they're going to say while you have already taken off. Like, you've still got to be there for... or write it down where you're not fumbling over it. Have them read the letter, and then they can discuss it. Like, it's just not...
Or just fumble your fucking words.
yeah, it's not fair to... and it's the goodbye. Like, I get it. If you are making a solid decision for yourself, and it's not going to change... that's your prerogative. But on the flip side, if you care enough about this person that you're writing a whole song saying that you love her and blah, 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 at least go talk to her. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Rude. That was nice. I mean, I honestly do like Judas Priest. They are a good band. He has a
Right.
fantastic voice. It's unfortunate that it doesn't really come through until he hits those high notes at the end there in this recording. Yeah.
Right. We will blame it on the lackluster sound systems of 1978.
Well, that's also true. For a live recording. Yeah.
All right. So, there was only one annotation, which we read. In terms of what makes this song evil, or not evil, the About. A cover of the Spooky Tooth song from their self-titled album Better By You, Better Than Me achieved notoriety as it became a poster case used against subliminal messages and backmasking in heavy metal. In December 1985, hey, the year and month I was born.
Interesting.
Interesting. Maybe I'm evil.
Hi, Betty.
Two Nevadian adolescents, James Vance, age 20, and Ray Belknap, age 19, attempted suicide in a church playground whilst drunk. Belknap succeeded, but Vance survived. On his deathbed, he stated that he was driven to commit self-unaliving ceremonies by the lyrics of the song. His parents sued Judas Priest over the supposed subliminal messages in the song, telling fans to unalive themselves. If we were going to do that, I'd be saying buy 7 copies, not telling a couple of screwed up kids to unalive themselves. That was Bill Kerbishley of Judas Priest, their manager.
Right.
At the trial, Rob Halford sang the song to the judge and jurors.
I mean...
The trial found the band not guilty, and it was determined that both fans had been flagged up as having psychological issues, unaliving... Ideation?
Yeah.
Ideation?
Ideation.
And destructive and violent home environments by their grade school counselors. It tore us up emotionally hearing someone say to the judge and the cameras that this is a band that creates music that destroys young people. We accept that some people don't like heavy metal, but we can't let them convince us that it's negative and destructive. Heavy metal is a friend that gives people great pleasure and enjoyment and helps them through the hard times. That is by Rob Halford.
Okay. Honestly, this doesn't seem to have anything to do with subliminal messages either.
No.
It's just, I don't want to give this message to somebody, so somebody else do it for me, please.
Right. And as far as Kerrang's reasoning as to why it's number 13 on the list, can a cover of a bouncy 60s pop song really be evil? According to a couple of grieving parents and their lawyers, it can. In 1990, Rob Halford and the boys were hauled into court over it, with hidden subliminal messages allegedly buried in the song, which supposedly inspired two fans to... Oh, they shot themselves. Did it say they shot themselves earlier?
No, it just said one was good at it and the other was not.
The trial itself was quickly sensationalized by the media, though the charges were ultimately dismissed. The judge insisted there were such messages on there, though not necessarily powerful enough to incite unaliving actions. Stealth evil, maybe?
Not at all.
No.
Again, this song, so the original was written about a guy going off to war. There is no subliminal message in here whatsoever about anything other than the potential of dying in war. You know?
First and foremost, regardless of the version, if a song is a cover of someone else's song, and that original song has no bad or evil implications, you cannot say that the cover is evil.
Unless they've added stuff into the mix, which they
then
haven't.
It's no longer a cover.
Right.
It's a remake or a remix.
Right.
But if it's a cover and all you're doing is changing the tone of the song
and the tone of the instrumental,
they could come in sounding like demons and goblins and it's still not an evil song.
No.
It's just a dark cover.
Right. I agree. I think...
And that's not for Kerrang. That's for...
anyone.
This dumbass judge who tried to insist on whatever fucking...
This was also...
Again, you were probably just some old white hick judge.
I won't go so far as to say hick, but definitely not the type of person that thought metal in general was worth listening to, because a lot of them did associate it with evil just in and of itself, no matter what the lyrics were.
Right.
I do think it's funny that Robert sang it for the judge, because then, you know, like, the lyrics are right out there. I'm sure they didn't give a whole performance with the metal, you know, guitar and everything.
Now, with that being said, guys, and when I say what I said, I'm not talking about Southern people in general. I'm talking about those, like, really deep, like...
conservative.
Not even conservative. Well, they would definitely be conservative.
Yeah.
But overly conservative.
Yeah.
To where you can't even change the idea, change to an idea of maybe this music's just entertaining.
If it's not Mozart.
Right.
Or gospel. Right.
So with that being said, I also don't find any reason why this is on the list. Again, this is outside situations putting a song on the list, and I'm so tired of Kerrang doing this.
Well, plus,
again,
it was
whoever wrote this article is dumb.
Well, it was also found, first of all, that the band was not responsible. The ruling got them off. But on top of it, that the home life and psychological makeup of the children was at fault, plus them being drunk, you know, versus the song. So I would think this would be a write-off in terms of making a list. But no, it made number 13 on the list, which honestly, in a list of the 50 spookiest songs or evil songs, you would think number 13 would be pretty pertinent in terms of evil. There's nothing evil about this other than, you know, the dude that won't let his balls drop and talk to his significant other. So it doesn't make the Shocktober list. It doesn't make our evil list.
It's a good song.
We're gonna have to do a list of evil songs. I've decided.
I still like the song. It's a good song. It was performed. Okay, it was probably performed well. We don't know. We weren't there, and the recording equipment back then.
Oh, I do like the song.
Terrible.
Again, I like Judas Priest, so it's just there are other songs by Judas Priest that I would have said made this list way before this one.
Right.
Anyways,
if you guys liked the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below. What did you think of Judas Priest better than you, or better by you, better than me? Live. Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our social media platforms. Mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
Love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see you to pray people later. Peace.